and mental well being, so potentially leading to self realization and enlightenment. So, to compare, meditation focuses primarily on training the mind through concentration, mindfulness, and mental discipline, while yoga, on the other hand, combines physical postures, breathing techniques, and often meditation to promote physical health, mental balance, and spiritual growth. And then fasting. It's when we abstain from food or certain types of food or even some things. So some would engage in social media fasting, but more on food. I think a lot of us are more familiar with fasting with food for a defined period as means of purification, self-discipline, and spiritual reflection. So, fasting in Ramadan is a central practice in Islam that involves abstaining from food, abstaining from drink, abstaining from smoking, abstaining from marital relations from dawn until sunset each day of the month. So that in a way encourages spiritual discipline and self control by temporarily giving up food or other comforts. So, in a way, it helps believers focus more deeply on prayer, repentance, and creating that deeper and closer relationship with God. So, it's already raining, but I hope you can still hear me. So, um, fasting as a spiritual practice also provides time for reflection. In a way, it's a process in which, because we are not engaged in eating, because we have a lot more time, because we are not thinking what to order for lunch or what to eat for dinner or preparing for what to eat for this time of the day, um, it somehow provides more time for prayer because we have a lot more time since we are fasting. So it's like since you're fasting, you have time, you get to strengthen your faith by resisting temptation. You get to strengthen your faith by creating that deeper connection with God. So, other types of spiritual practices, mindfulness, contemplative reading, nature connection. There are also rituals and ceremonies, so formal acts performed regularly to honor the sacred or mark important spiritual events. So we also have chanting and mantras, which are repetitive vocal expressions of sacred sounds, and then acts of service and compassion, helping others, engaging in charitable activities, silence and solitude, spending quiet time, alone time to reflect, and then dance and movement, using physical expression to worship, to celebrate, to praise, and enter altered states of consciousness. So these are the benefits of spiritual practices. So you may read it on your own. So it's through spiritual practices that we get to have a sense of purpose, increased resiliency, improved mental health, enhancing emotional resilience by providing meaning, purpose, hope in challenging times. At times, a lot of us in stressful moments, distressing moments, struggling or challenging times, we get to rely on a higher being. So sometimes a lot of us depend on God and found purpose on positivity and having a better tomorrow because we know that we have a person we can depend on, and that is a higher being, knowing that things would be better because God or a higher being would um, put us in a better light or provide us with a better direction. So it would also enhance relationships, reduce feelings of loneliness. It would allow us to cope with grief. It would encourage positive behaviors. It would boost our overall well being in general. And then spirituality and personal growth. The process of personal growth is complex and always changing as individuals strive to improve different areas of their lives. So there are factors that contribute to personal growth, such as cultivating inner peace and well being, sense of belongingness, coping with changes, connecting with the inner core, filtering and acting upon knowledge, and desire to become a better version of yourself. So I will no longer elaborate on this because it's much more self explanatory, and then I think you could also find its definitions on your book. Desire to become better version of yourself. So a strong motivation somehow fuels that commitment to self improvement. So the topic ends here about spiritual self. Please read more about the topic on your book. You can find examples, elaborations, more definitions, and descriptions of the concept in your book. If you have clarifications and concepts in which you would like to dig deep much more on, if you want to clarify things, or if there are things you would want to know more about relevant to the topic, please send me an email so that I can answer you as fast as I can. Um, I have posted an instruction regarding the activity for the week. Please comply on it. We will talk about it or we will check it by next meeting. So that's it for this morning or for this day. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you learned something from me through this online platform. So have a great day. Bye everyone.